In the summer of 1940, Britain fought a battle for survival against the might of Hitler's Luftwaffe. This Battle of Britain would see German air attacks on British airfields, cities, factories and docks. Brave RAF pilots intercepted these raids to prevent Britain from being forced to make peace, or even invaded. Their heroic efforts and those of the RAF teams on the ground ensured that Britain would survive. After so many defeats, here was a victory. But Britain was not alone. Among the RAF and Allied fighter pilots who flew that summer were 145 Poles. Veteran pilots who were forced to escape their country as it was crushed between the jaws of a Nazi-Soviet attack in 1939. They came to Britain, where RAF Fighter Command snapped them up. With a burning desire to take on the Germans and an average of 500 hours of flying experience, these pilots were ideal additions to the RAF, which had suffered serious losses in the battles for France and the Low Countries. Poles would end up forming the second largest contingent among the RAF and Allied pilots during the Battle of Britain, after British pilots themselves. They were men like Antoni Glowacki, who shot down 5 enemy planes in one day over Kent on the 24th of August 1940. He became the first and one of only 3 pilots to achieve the status of ace in a day during the battle. Or the hugely experienced 32-year-old Witold Urbanowicz, an instructor in the Polish Air Force who'd escaped from Soviet captivity and went into battle in August 1940. At first he flew alongside British pilots, but on the 21st of August, at the height of the battle, he joined a squadron of Polish pilots, 303 Squadron, and their exploits have become a thing of legend. Flying Hurricane aircraft, they tore into formations of German bombers and claimed 126 downed enemy aircraft. He was promoted to become the youngest squadron leader in the RAF. 303 Squadron was the top performing RAF and Allied squadron during the Battle of Britain, even though it had joined the fighting after it had already been raging for 8 weeks. The Polish contribution to the decisive victory and turning point of the Second World War was essential. By the end of the war, over 18,000 Polish airmen and airwomen had served in the Polish Air Force squadrons of Britain. Air Chief Marshal and head of RAF Fighter Command, Sir Hugh Dowding, wrote that had it not been for the magnificent material contributed by the Polish squadrons and their unsurpassed gallantry, I hesitate to say that the outcome of the battle would have been the same. But their bravery came at a cost. 30 Polish pilots lost their lives in combat against the Luftwaffe during the Battle of Britain. As one memorial says, they died fighting for Britain, Poland, and freedom.